Right there with the latest as we mark the International Day of the Midwife. Let's move on. The Consolata missionaries are hosting a memorial service for the late Reverend Bishop Silas Njiru, the Bishop Emeritus of Meru, who passed on from COVID-19 on April 28th. He was born in Meru on 17th December 1928, ordained as a priest on October 2nd, 1975, and appointed auxiliary bishop of Meru on December 9th, 1976. On March 18th, 2004, he retired as Bishop of Meru, and the late was residing at the Blessed Joseph Almano House in Algnano, Italy. He was taken to Rivoli Hospital due to COVID-19 infection, where he passed on. Now, reporter George Maringa now joins us via way of phone with more updates on this. George, a very good morning to you. I'm sure it's a solemn mood right there during the memorial service. What more can you tell us, especially due to the complications due to this pandemic?
Thank you. Good morning to you, Jesse, and our viewers. Indeed, we are at the St. Joseph Cathedral in Meru Town, the Catholic Cathedral, where actually the procession, which is led by the Bishop of Meru, that is Bishop Mugambi, for the memorial mass, has just walked in for the memorial service that should take just about an hour. Of course, regarding or due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the government regulations, we're just about 15 of us inside the cathedral for the memorial service of the late Bishop Emeritus Silas Njiru. Basically, what this service will entail is that because, of course, the late bishop was buried in Italy, so therefore, what they will do here today is that there is only a portrait which takes the place of the casket that would have been here if probably the bishop died here in the country. Would of course have his body, but today there is only the portrait that is taking the place of the casket. And also an interesting or quite a unique feature is that due to the absence of his body, remember the bishop was ordained the Bishop of Meru, so ordinarily he would have been buried inside the cathedral, just how we saw the late Archbishop Ndingi Mananzeki buried at the Holy Family Basilica. So today they will instead place a portrait in the place or in the section where the late bishop would have been buried. Bishop Emeritus Silas Njiru was a bishop of several firsts. Of course, he died at the age of 92, but he was the first African bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Meru. By then, in 1976, it comprised of the Diocese of Meru comprised of Meru, Maral, Wajir, Marsabit, Tarakaniti, and Embu. So therefore, it was quite a first for him because it was by then quite a wide diocese that comprised all these regions which he was in charge of, and he was the first African bishop to head this part of the country. And what emeritus means basically is that he retired from his bishop role, that is the head of the diocese, and also the any management role of the diocese of Meru. However, he did not retire from his priestly duties. Remember, a bishop is an ordained priest, so therefore he was. He used to perform, mass in different occasions. I remember in the year 2009 when he did come to the Don Bosco Technical Secondary School for a mass. So therefore, that means that he only retired from the management role and the role of a bishop, but he didn't retire from the priestly duties. It is also an event that is only attended by several priests. We also have several nuns, and of course, just about 5 members of the choir who are leading in this memorial service here in Meru County, Jesse.
Of course, many thanks, George Maringa, with the latest updates on that particular turn of events in Meru, where Bishop Njiru Memorial Service is actually being held. Of course, more details in the course of the day, definitely right here on KTN News. Let's move on. Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has requested the National Assembly to allow him to appear before it this afternoon. He's expected to explain how the controversial World Bank COVID-19 pandemic funds have been spent so far. Patrick Amimo with those details.
A task force on COVID-19 pandemic